damage. Let's check what's happening. Nyla, most likely gonna be overpowered, right? Probably. I wouldn't be shocked in the slightest. Post the clip. Okay, yeah. Wait. What happened in the clip? I'm just gonna YOLO it on nobody being here. Okay, well. I'm just gonna YOLO it on... Yeah? Wait, where's the... Yeah. It is what it is, right? I mean, I said it, right? I called it. I did call it. I might give you permissions to post the clips, I guess. As per usual, her comedic timing is spot on. Surely there's no problem with her, right? Smile. I mean, I don't think so. But Riot sees it a different way, so they're adjusting her. Okay. But it's an adjustment, not a nerf. So... shouldn't be... it should be power neutral. Nyla gonna be broken. It's gonna be Samira 2.0, but even better, because she has some like utility in her kit, rather than just pure damage and pop-off potential, so she's gonna be actually useful. And... Sivir getting the mid-scope change, a bunch of base stats, I think... Yeah, she lost HP, got mana base, but lost mana growth and lost mana regeneration. I really don't get it. Like, I don't understand this change. Like, this mana change doesn't make sense to me at all. It really, really doesn't make sense. This, what this does is it completely forces her to 100% of games go Essence Reaver. She literally does not have a choice. The character has to go Essence Reaver now with these changes. Because she lost... So she lost her mana on Spell Shield, and then she's getting her base mana, mana growth, and everything about her mana just gets gutted. Which I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, it's kind of weird. But I suppose you just rush Essence Reaver and you're fine. But that's kind of sad when a champion literally is forced to buy an item. And it also slows her down a lot. Because you can probably... most likely, you can never skip Essence Reaver on this champion. No. So you always have to spend the gold on Essence Reaver, which isn't really the greatest of items. Her mana costs are down, to be fair, so maybe it can work without it, but likely you need it. Yeah, but I still think, like, wait, let me see here. This is passive. Let me just check her mana cost. So it's down a little bit, right? Which is good. This is down a little bit. And but this got a mana cost. I'm pretty sure this got a mana cost, if I'm not mistaken. Or wait, no, they didn't. They didn't add it. This was supposed to have a mana cost. Yeah, but I saw like the changes, and her E was supposed to have a mana cost to it initially, which is what I was thinking about. Like the fact that her shield like costs mana would be like so wrong. What's wrong with that? Well, it's nothing wrong with that. It's the fact that if they add mana cost to her E while removing the mana refund, the mana reduction on her W and Q doesn't mean anything, and then she's just losing mana. And the champion was extremely mana hungry. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that they were supposed to have a mana cost for the E. That's what I was thinking about. In that case, maybe the mana might be fine then. What is her ult mana cost? Does it say? doesn't say. I've only seen people play mana immune lethality anyway. Yeah, but that build is such garbage. I don't think they changed her mana cost on ult, which I think is something like 100. It's extremely expensive. Her her mana or like the mana cost on her ultimate is like some season 2 shit. Like it's so expensive. It literally costs like probably when she's level 6 she will have enough mana growth to where it costs like one fifth of her mana. Band-aid build for bad champ, pretty much. That's pretty much what it is. So she lost mana, but she did get less mana cost, and the E didn't have a mana cost, which I thought, but so yeah, so maybe she will be fine on mana. Probably still gonna need Essence Reaver though, because you really want to spam her W as much as possible now. Like her W is gonna be her most important spell. It might even be the case that you max this, because this scales with crit now, I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. So yeah, this is just movement speed, whatever. I think they added a crit modifier, if I'm not mistaken. Scales down with, so yeah, here. Now scales with critical strike chance, dealing up to 50% bonus damage at 100% crit chance. So I think you just max W first. Pretty sure you just max W first. So like they lowered the total AD by a lot, right? Or yeah, like they removed 30% on max. Something's wrong here. Wait, 80, 85, 90, 65. Okay, so that's a typo. It's supposed to be 95. But yeah, they reduced it a lot. And there's most power in the level 1 anyway. 80 total. So I think what you're gonna do is just max W first, because her new W is like crazy. You should give the old Sivir one last game. Nah. The infamous Sivir 4 points in Q nerf, yeah. Putting 4 points and then all of a sudden, wait, where did all my damage go? I mean, keeping this low as well helps with wave clear, right? So, like keeping the mana cost low, you can spam it more. And this mana cost doesn't go up. So you can put points into this without like hurting your mana too much. And this just goes like later. So I think what you're gonna do is you're gonna max W into Q now. Because her new W is crazy, right? So it bounces for less total AD, right? But the fact that it bounces so much more is like the crazy part. Mana cost down, and it's a buff duration, so early game you're probably only getting 3 auto attacks. Like even if you but yeah, she does get a attack speed buff. So maybe you can get out 4 auto attacks level 1 with W. Probably. And it's an auto attack reset. So I think you can get 4 out. Obviously it's dealing way less damage early, but the fact like she gets so much push power with that. Deals 80% damage. Oh, it deals lower damage to minions. That's kind of rough. I need to see like how her W push is on wave. That's like the main thing. Because if her W like doesn't push the wave like really hard as it should, then or like as you would want ideally, then maybe you can't max W. But her W is just gonna be like crazy. 8 bounces. If the enemy doesn't tank the bounce, then you push the wave faster, which is good. Higher bounce range, which is good. And then the missile speed is like really good. Because then you can't like run away from it as much. Ricochets can now bounce back to targets that have already been hit, but only one additional time. Yeah, so you can hit one person 2 times. Prioritizes new targets first. Makes sense. Higher cooldown later on E doesn't matter. This is the last maxed ability. These things start coming in at level 14. So it's 1 second at 14, 2 seconds at 15. It doesn't change anything. Like, it's absolutely a non-issue, to be honest. Obviously, having getting to the hyper late game and having like a short cooldown E can be nice, because you can get like 2 off in a fight rather than only 1. With 14 seconds, it's gonna be rough to get 2 off in one fight, because you want to use it as soon as possible, right? To get value from it and have it on CD. But now you might just need to hold it and not use it, because it's gonna be hard to get 2 off. A team fight is not 28 seconds long, even though they are extended by the 1210 changes on durability. Blocking and ability, no heals. Okay, who cares? Procs are passive, which is nice. You know, I feel like they could even make it so that when she gets hit normally, it procs are passive, but that might be a bit too much. Her ult resets, has lower cooldown, still extremely high mana cost, has longer duration with ranks. Resets, pretty good. Sivir's basic attacks during are on the hunt and reduces her basic cooldown by 0.5 seconds per attack. You're just gonna use that to throw out more Ws. I don't think you're gonna like use your Q. Like, especially if she's going crit. But maybe the crit damage like is good on this scaling, or like good for this item. Who knows? We will see. Silver gains attack speed because it's in the W, so that's whatever. No longer gives Sivir and her allies initial movement speed burst. That's pretty huge. You don't get anything like it's more like, instead of having the ult to start a team fight, you can now have it to you just use it inside of the team fight instead, right? So you can't really start fights without the burst. You just need the fight to start. It's kind of like Taric ult. You don't use the Taric ult to start the fight, because then you're griefing, which most Taric players use, which is why the champion looks so bad when people play it, because they just can't use his ult correctly. Like they put their shield on the Hecarim going in, who is like decently tanky already, and then they use it before he's even gone in, and then it's like, okay, well the enemy is just backing off. No one's hitting him while the ult is up, rather than, you know, using it later when like the Hecarim is half HP and the enemy is all committed to hitting him. The damage per tick gets 5% bonus AD. But his rockets get less base damage and gets reduced AP. So, okay, so they want him to go back to building ADC items or Triforce rather than going the AP poke missile build, is what they want here, right? So they're giving him bonus AD scaling on his E, making him more of a battling champion rather than just stand there with Q or with R. And then they're reducing the or base, and they're reducing the AP, like hurting his Luden's build. And then Big Rocket gets a massive AP reduction, 16%. And loses 20 per rank. So they're making him not a poke champ, they're making him the like more of a, what's it called, like shield bow, like auto attack, battling E, Gatling gun, like more of an ADC rather than just like a Serath. Makes sense. That build is bullshit. Base health up. That's whatever. Base health growth up a little bit. So what's that? That's like 2 times 18, like 32. It's not that Ah, well, that's not how that's not how health growth works, right? Or well, I guess that's how it works. It was I don't know. I saw something about health growth being like really weird, like that it doesn't scale as you think. But I'm guessing it's just 32 HP. But I don't know. And then base armor goes up by 3. That's really really huge, especially for Hidon, who's playing it support, right? So there's like a lot of extra stats in lane with that. Then Q base damage goes up scaling base. Or like more later ranks. Which is also big, I guess. I don't know if that will save the champion. The champion hasn't really seen play in forever, right? But I don't see why you can't go like the Diana build on Elise. I don't see why you couldn't go like the Diana like Sunfire build on Jungle Elise and make it work with you know. I feel like that could work with her spiderlings, making her like an auto attacker more so than anything. Self heal at low health is up. Okay, so she heals faster. What the fuck, no? You don't think so with Elise? Oh well, I guess. I think her burst, like, I think going like burst on Elise is so grief now, because you're not really a good get in and get out champion right now compared to other champions. So I feel like she should go that build more so than anything. Obviously she can't go Nashers, that kind of seems a little bit trolled, right? But I feel like Sunfire with the or something could work. Oh well. It's Sunfire that is troll? Why? Nashers is completely valid, but why wouldn't you just go the... You can play Nashers and PTA? Yeah, but why wouldn't you go the Diana then? Like the Diana build on Elise. The Nashers, Sunfire and that item that I don't know the name of. Like, why wouldn't you? Damage scaling, dog shit. Yeah, but you can actually deal your damage. You can actually deal damage rather than just stand there and be nothing. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not an Elise player. Diana works because right brute forced her into being broken. Okay. Heals faster. Enemy magic resist. Shred. Fuck. That's a massive buff. Hate this champ. R. Using R now puts passive Demon Shade on a 1.25 second cooldown rather than the usual 4 seconds. So she goes... So her passive procs really fast after ult, which helps her get out. Which is really annoying. Really annoying. Hate Evelyn. Disgusting champion. I really don't get the fear duration increase, but they're reducing the base damage of her... Wait, they're buffing him. Wait, but I saw the change and I saw the fear duration increase, and I was my first reaction was like, huh? You what, mate? You what, mate? You're increasing his fucking fear? And then I saw the R change on the pre-patch notes, right? And I saw that it was reduced, but this is increased by a lot. It's increased by 125 base on rank 1 with 25% extra AP scaling. What? How overbuffed is this? This champ is crazy OP now. He was already good. It's just no one plays him. Oh well, okay. Fiddlesticks meta. Fiddlesticks meta. Fuck the champ. Fiddlesticks meta coming in. At least all the Fiddlesticks OTPs like suck dick at building. I've seen fucking horrible builds. Oh my god. Like I've seen some Fiddlesticks builds that are just like... Absolute mind-boggling. So at least we have that, so at least the Fiddlesticks players can successfully grief their own build. Sunfire's Nash's worse. Worse. Even worse. I think that would be better, honestly, than what I've seen. Galio getting some damage buff on his Q. Quite massive buff as well. But that of targets max HP. So it goes from 0.66 to 1% of maximum target HP per 100 AP. So he can become like a Q-bot. I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like Galio probably deserves a buff. Because he kinda became... I think he got very hurt by the 12-10 changes, right? He didn't really have like enough damage pre-12-10, and then everyone got tankier. So he just became like an engaged tank champion, and he couldn't really deal damage, so increasing his damage is fine. I guess he doesn't get that much HP. I think a maximum amount would be 200 on a Galio, like late game, unless you're going like full AP, which is really grief since you're melee. So I guess that's fine change. Gwen, higher health regen growth. Maximum damage against monsters, but she's a worse jungler. Like, she's a much worse jungler now. Probably forced into top lane. Like, that reduces her clear speed by insane amounts. Damage per snip is up base. Final snip damage is up. So her base damage per snip is up, and her final snip is up as well by quite a lot. 15, 20, 25, 40, 45, or 35. And then it gets 10 more AP. But the centered only deals 75% true damage. Sunfire Nash's Gwen, but Sunfire requires CC, no? She doesn't really have that. Well, I guess she has slow on her ult. I don't know. Maybe? I don't know. I feel like Nash's is her best. 1000% bonus damage to minions. Now deals 75% damage against minions with more than 20% health. Minions below 20% health. Oh shit. Okay, so basically if minions are low health, they get cut. But if they're above 8, but if she can't push them if they are above 20%. So she can only execute them. She can't like get them low. Like she deals like no damage to minions now. But they did buff the base, so maybe this like ends up being like the same. So 100% of 105, or like 100% of 45 is 45, right? And then 75% of 60 is... That's removing a third. A third of 60 is what? No, it's not removing a third. No, it's not removing a third. It's removing a fourth. Fourth of 60 is probably equal. No, isn't it? I can't math. It's 15, right? Yeah, so it's the same. So she actually deals the same damage as before. So they didn't want to increase her... They wanted to increase her base, but they didn't want to increase her push power, except she can execute them now. So that's kind of weird. But I guess she gets more punished now with the AP scaling, which probably reduces the damage. I don't know. Bonus armor and magic resist is increased massively. 5 extra armor and magic resist rank 1 with 2% AP scaling on getting bonus. Okay, that's crazy. But the duration goes down by 1 second, which is, you know... She's very strong in her W, but not outside. But her W is the most annoying part, right? Yeah, so I guess the duration going down is like a little bit... thingy. I mean, they're buffing her on. They're buffing her Q, right? They reduced her passive against jungle camps, which is whatever, for top lane. They increased her health growth, or health regen growth. They increased the damage of Q. Read it right. I'll do that after. She's stronger in her W, but it lasts less, which makes sense. E bonus magic on or magic damage on hit is up. 5 base plus 5% extra. She gets more bonus range on her auto attacks. The cooldown is increased, and she doesn't get a reset on it. Okay. Okay. That's massive. That's massive. She's gonna be so less mobile then. She's gonna be much less mobile. It's gonna be really hard for her to get in. But she deals massive amounts of damage if she gets in. So she's supposed to be a split pusher, right? Probably, where a champion doesn't really run from her. The damage per needle is up a massive amount. Recast after damaging an enemy champion. Recast resets after 1 second. Okay, so you can't like do the massive burst of doing like a fast combo with her anymore, with needlework. So it requires to it's gonna take at least 2 seconds to get all 3 out, which makes sense, making her a little bit more counterplay intuitive, because you could do massive bursts with if you timed it well. Health regen growth increased, Q snip damage increased, center ship true damage decreased, no deals reduced damage against minions, but bonus damage against low health minions, W bonus over magic is increased, duration decreased, E bonus hit on hit magic damage increased, bonus attack range increased, cooldown increased, cooldown on basic attack increased. No, it's removed. What do you mean increased? Or is this wrong? Or maybe it's not supposed to look like this. Yeah, it's a bug. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, makes sense. Okay, so she gets... So... She maxes E second, I think. I think she maxes W's last. So she's gonna be a lot less mobile early. But by level 13 she's gonna be more mobile. Actually level 12 she's gonna be more mobile than before, because it's a 55% refund. No, she's gonna need level 13 actually, because she needs it to be like the last rank with the base CD with the 65%. So yeah, okay. R damage per needle increased, recast condition adjusted. Gwen has been one of the most premier top laners since MSI, and the durability update only increased her strength. Even after her nerfs in 12-11, she's still a cut above the competition, especially when it comes to pro play. We're snipping some power out of pro-skewed abilities like her E and W to patchwork it into some more accessible parts of her kit. These should not net out in a nerf to pro Gwen and buff to her average and skilled level of play. It's mostly just LPL, if I'm not mistaken, that plays Gwen well. I'm pretty sure both LCS and LEC can't play Gwen. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure both LCS and LEC can't play Gwen well. I think. Or I might be wrong, but I feel like whenever I've watched, I've never seen a Gwen. Maybe she's been banned. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe. We will know. I don't know. Base armor and health growth increased. That doesn't really change anything except for bot Karthus. I mean, okay, the health growth does help in mid lane, but the armor is only bot lane, because you don't really run into AD champs as Karthus in mid lane, I feel like. Or at least it's less likely. You mostly run into AP. And then it does help in jungle as well, right? Because it's more tanky with armor against jungle camps, but... I mean... Karthus has been struggling to live up to his Battle Mage fantasy. Battle Mage? Battle Mage? Since when has Karthus ever been a Battle Mage? He's a burst with ult. That's all he is. The only thing about this champion is that he presses R. Battle Mage? Suck my ass. He hasn't been a Battle Mage since Season 3, man. You gotta get your priorities straight. If you want him to be a Battle Mage, change how he works. Change how he fucking works. If you want him to be a Battle Mage, change how he works. Because he's not a Battle Mage right now. Hell no, he's a Battle Mage. What do you mean? He fucking is full HP when he clears the jungle as well. What? I don't know. Cled's been... Well, okay, Q, AD scaling increase, W cooldown decrease at all ranks. Okay, well, a little bit more damage for the Q. Cled one tricks, rejoice. Nobody else cares. This champion doesn't get played. The W being like 1 second lower is massive though, to be fair. Mastery attack range increased, which is... Okay. Q adjusted. W cooldown reduced. Mana cost adjusted. Damage reduction increased. Lingering damage reduction adjusted. Ooh. So so the lingering damage reduction is like for the pressing W and immediate cancel, just for the auto reset. The attack range being increased is disgusting. Like, that's absolutely disgusting. Like, why do you do this? That's actually absolutely fucking crazy. When Alpha Strike ends, G is placed 75 units in front of his primary target. By default, Master Yi will be placed 75 units in front of his primary target. During Alpha Strike, Master Yi may right-click to instead be placed 75 units in the direction clicked. Okay, so we can... But that's such a dumb dog shit fucking change. Holy shit, man. That's literally the problem with Katarina. This is literally the problem with Katarina, when you can't know where she pops up when she jumps to her daggers. And then you're adding it to his Q. And the problem is that Master Yi is a one-shot champion. He's not a sustained damage champion that hits you multiple times. He just one-shots you with base damage. So, him being able to avoid getting hit by shit once he gets out of his Alpha Strike is huge for this champion. Because he literally just needs 1 second after his Q to kill someone. I don't know, that seems kind of crazy to me. Meditate cooldown down from 28 to 9 seconds. But it has a mana cost per second. Or like it costs 6% of maximum mana per second. That's pretty massive actually. But he can get the damage reduction for an extended period now. 90% for the first 0.5 seconds, reduced to 60 through 70 for the remainder of the channel. So you just want to click it and then get out of it. Lingering damage reduction for 0.5 seconds after the meditate ends. They buffed it for the way he uses it. Yeah, pretty much. That's basically what it is. You just Q in, auto, W, or W cancel it auto, and then you get the damage reduction for an entire second. But you're not gonna get the 90% for 0.5 seconds. I hate damage reduction, by the way. Damage reduction is such a stupid thing. It's so stupid. That's like one of the fucking issues, like my gripes with Belveth. That the fact that she has 70% and this guy's gonna get 90? What do you mean? Let's see here. Olaf is just a boring change. It's not really crazy. Base health region growth decreased. Passive max bonus attack speed increased. Early Q mana cost decreased. Early increased late. So yeah, he gets less health region, which is a nerf to top lane. Health region growth, which is a nerf to top lane. Health region, yeah, that's whatever. It's just a nerf. This is a nerf to top lane. This is a... I mean, he doesn't really get this in the jungle anymore since he heals passively from his passive now. So he doesn't really get this in the jungle, which is slows him down a lot, but I guess it helps a little bit. And then mana cost down, which helps. but it's increased and he maxes Q first, I'm pretty sure still, so that's a good question what that does. R damage now scales with AD. Q damage increased, mana cost decreased, bonus damage to monster decreased, Bold is now stun jungle monsters. Oh shit. R adjusted. Surfs up. Talia's passive cooldown will no longer reset due to proc damage. Oh, so she can burn and still run. First rock damage is up. Fifth rock damage is up. Boulder damage is up. Mana cost is decreased. Bonus damage against monsters is decreased, but she stuns when she uses the boulder. I feel like, okay, isn't using the boulder in the jungle like slowing down her clear? So it's like a trade-off now, right? You can be a little bit more healthy in the jungle with the stun, but ideally you wouldn't want to use the boulder because... You don't think so? You think it's the same? Okay. I'm not sure. I thought it would be like slowing down her clear to use the boulder. And that this trade... maybe this just helps her, who knows. R Weaver's Wall no longer goes on cooldown when Talia damages... Talia damages wards? R Weaver's Wall no longer goes on cooldown when Talia damages wards or traps. What? I don't have no clue what that change is. I have no fucking idea what that means, but okay, sure. Vex cooldown decrease at all ranks, AP ratio increase. Okay, so a little bit more damage on her main damaging ability, that's fine, whatever. She's kinda out of the meta right now. She kinda lost a lot with 1210, a burst mage that relies on bursting when bursting is hard because of the changes. Makes sense that she gets a little bit of a buff, but whatever. Bonus movement speed down. That's fair, because I feel like it should be more of a top laner than a jungler, but... So, movement speed is more of a nerf to jungle. It counts as her being in combat, so it has a little bit of a CD. Right? I have no idea. This is a nerf to jungle, no nerf to top lane. Damage is down, which is a nerf to both. W... damage is down a little bit, but it gets and it has less bonus health. So they're nerfing his tank variant, which is the jungle mostly. So he's getting nerfed in the jungle here. Her ult goes on CD when she's in combat, so she can't use it. Okay, so hitting a ward doesn't... Okay, well that makes sense then. So she doesn't get into combat basically, or for her ult at least. Sky Splitter damage is down when it comes to target's maximum health, which is a nerf to jungle. All of these changes are nerf to jungle, Volibear. Damage cap against champions is or non-champions is also down. So this is just a bunch of nerfs to jungle, Volibear. They've seen enough. This champion has been too much of a problem in the jungle, right? They're just nerfing the jungle Volibear like all across the board with slight top nerfs. Divine Sunderer. Divine Sunderer is currently doing its job a bit too well. Do people build this item? Not only is it helping fighters play into tanks, it's also helping them play better into everyone in general, I guess. With this update, we're looking to shift Sunderer's power away from shredding tanks and into comparatively lower damage, higher sustain options for fighters. Shift Sunderer's power away from shredding tanks and into comparatively lower damage, higher sustain options for fighters. Wait, so Divine Sunderer isn't a tank slaying item anymore. Wait, what? So Spellblade damage is 125% base AD, which is bad for all ADCs, so Ezreal gets hit by this. And then there's no... And the percent is down by a lot. So this just removes the item from Ezreal. Ezreal can't build this anymore. Lul, I was under the impression that Trinity is supposed to be the item that they are describing here. Yeah, kinda. Like, what? Divine Sunder is supposed to be killing tanks, right? I thought that was the point. I thought the point of the item was that it was supposed to kill tanks. But now only bruisers can build it because it scales of base AD, which ADCs don't have, so Ezreal can't build this item anymore. Or ranged champions in general can't build this anymore, so it's only melee now. So it's only like Jax and Fiora and these champions, rather than... So yeah, Ezreal just can't build this item at all. This item is completely gutted for Ezreal. The heal is 65% of pre-mitigation damage and lower percent. So it's a higher... So you get healed more for the damage you would have dealt pre any calculations of damage. And then less of the target's max health in healing. But it has a base AD scaling. So yeah, even more bruiser item. Mythic passive is changed from 5% armor penetration, 5% magic penetration to 3 on both. So less penetration. But you get healed more if you're a bruiser. So yeah, it's just... You heal more, you deal less damage, you... Yeah, that's basically what it is. These same changes will apply to the Ornn Masterwork item. Okay. This item has been crazy. Demonic Embrace. We're making some updates to the way the passive of Demonic Embrace and Leander's Anguish stack when applied by multiple users. Passive. Asakana's Gaze now stacks when applied by multiple users. However, one user cannot refresh another user's application of the... Oh shit, well, that's... Okay, so they're changing this with both these. Because if you built multiple Leanders on one team, you were griefing. You couldn't build multiple Leanders because only one Leandris burn could be on a target at one time. And it was the same for Demonic Embrace, so multiple champions building these two items couldn't attack the same target and deal damage. Mythic passive bonus now has movement speed. Okay, yeah, they get movement speed. 5 movement speed on each for each legendary, whatever. They should be running around the map, right? That's what assassins do. It's a little bit of the most toxic elements of assassins, right? Where the assassins are just running around looking for fights rather than like playing the game, like dueling in lanes and such. But they should be looking for target. Assassins are assassins after all. So movement speed does make sense for them. So it also removes like these like... It kind of removes the Humus Rush a little bit, because now you get movement speed from this. But I guess you do need a legendary to activate this, so maybe they still can go for Humus first and stuff. Objective bounties are getting... shit on. We're updating objective bounties to help make them feel more fair to players, whether they're behind or ahead. When we created objective bounties, the intention was for the teams that are behind to be able to catch up in a difficult but not impossible way. However, when teams that are only a little behind claimed multiple bounties, they catapulted into the lead. We're hoping these changes make claiming bounties as the lead starts closing more fair for both teams. Bounty lingering duration is up to 1 minute. So when it starts falling off, it lasts for 55 seconds more than it did or does now. Bounties will now start to fall off a little earlier when losing teams reduces the lead. Okay, so that's why. So you... Okay, makes sense. Claiming objective bounties are lingering. Now cancel all other objective bounties on them. Oh, so you can only claim one. Okay. So if it so if it starts to fall off, you have 60 seconds to get one bounty before it falls off. Okay, that's fun. That's interactive. That's good at least, I think. Hoarders gonna hoard. Champions with gold accumulating passives such as Draven or Gangplank and runes like Treasure Hunter no longer count towards your team's total gold when calculating bounties. Champions with gold accumulating passive, such as Draven or Gangplank and runes like Treasure Hunter, no longer counts towards your team's total gold when calculating bounties. Okay, so you are getting less punished for having GP, Draven, and Treasure Hunter users on your team that are doing well while you're losing. So basically, if a GP is currently like 1v9 because his teammates are all dog shit, he has accumulated a bunch of extra gold, but then it doesn't count that towards like the bounties. So the fact that he's like accelerated more through his passive will not like make the bounties less likely to happen. Okay, that's okay. Okay. How much is a dragon worth? The way dragons and towers are weighted and then calculated for bounties has been updated to be more in line with player expectations. Okay. It works by when they're winning too, like Draven snowballing. Yeah. Oh yeah, when they're snowballing, also it's harder for the enemy to get bounties. Oh yeah, true. Vision. All jungle monsters and wards will now be visible instantly, even upon dashing or blinking into visible range. Currently, if you dash or blink into a jungle monster or ward's visual range, there's a very brief delay before you gain vision of them. Yes. Yes, it's fixed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Holy shit, man. This was so annoying when you walk into a bush. You check it, you like quickly check it, don't see a control ward, look away, and then you look back and you see the control ward. And it's like, oh shit, I was standing on top of a control ward. It's so annoying. Good. I don't care. I don't care. Additional regional transfer rank preservation. If you transfer your account out of a region and back to that region within 2 weeks, your account's ranked state upon returning to your original region will be restored to what it was when you left. This is intended to curb some region transfer rank abuse we've been seeing, and also means you don't have to redo your ranked climb if you take your league account with you on a quick vacation. Wow, thank you, except it's only 2 weeks. Make it longer. Make it a month. Make it a month, dude. Not 2 weeks. An entire month. Make this an entire month. Fuck transfer abuse. It's so dog shit of a system. Holy shit. It's such a shit system to have in the game. It's so crazy that like 200 out of 300 challengers are transfer abusers. Fucking disgusting. Bunch of bugs, and then the skins. Is it only... Wait, where's Talia? Wait, is Talia only in another game? They are in the new cycle. Okay, so the... Okay, so the Talia skin is coming next patch? There are 2 sets of Stargang. Okay, so this is the first set, and then the next set is Talia and the rest, Quinn and stuff. Okay, okay, okay.